Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, it's restaurant week here in the city, and there are a ton of new coffee shops to check out here. A new spot in Upper St. Clair is rolling out a family-style supper club, and we are trying to make sense of what happened with the sudden closure of the restaurant attached to City of Asylum. Plus, stick around for our picks on the weekend's hottest food-focused events. It's Thursday, August 15th. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I'm with CityCast Sophia Lo. Kick us off. What's the best thing you've eaten this week?
My donut haul from Monster Baby Donuts at Veg Fest. I've mentioned that before, so I'll add on something new, though. I finally tried Mandu Handu. They're local. Monster Baby Donuts is based in Ohio, and Mandu Handu, so delicious. My favorite thing was the lotus root banchan, and I want more little side dishes, so I will definitely be keeping tabs on their Instagram to see where they'll be posted up next. Their handle is just their name, at Mandu Handu. What about you, Megan?
Sophia always coming in hot with the recommendations. Well, I'm glad you had that because mine is no help to anyone. I was traveling a bit the last couple weeks, but I returned to gardens full of produce. So I've been dreaming up all kinds of ways to use like tomatoes and peppers and peaches and herbs. My favorite lately is this really simple pasta with like blistered cherry tomatoes and homemade pesto, which is literally just whatever herbs and greens and nuts I feel like. It's not all basil. I'm not a purist about it. Over like linguine, or if I'm fancy and I've been to Penmac recently, I'll do like a bucatini or something like that. It's really good and really fresh.
That sounds so summery.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then peaches for dessert, obviously.
Obviously, you gotta.
So we are in the middle of Pittsburgh's summer restaurant week right now. It runs through Sunday, August 18th. And there are a bunch of restaurants that are offering deals on menu items. There's all kinds of stuff. We'll drop the link for the specials in our show notes. But Sophia, I'm wondering if you're going to actually try to make it to any of these. I feel like we were both very aspirational early in the month.
I was really aspirational, but now since I spent $42 on donuts alone at Veg Fest, no, probably not. I bought a lot of them. I bought them for like...
How many donuts did you buy, Sophia?
I bought like 4 individual ones and like a pack of mini donuts, which I shared with people. Like this was not $40 of donuts for me. I loved them so much. I was going to stock up, popped a couple in my freezer. Like I did not eat these all on Saturday.
So no restaurant week for you then?
No restaurant week, but another very important food week to me got announced, Pittsburgh Coffee Week.
That's true. It's, October, is that right?
Yeah, this is a long way out. It's October 13th to 19th, but you know me, I'm excited about my coffee now.
Always. I am sure we will be talking about that in more detail closer to the actual week. Usually the baristas will start bringing out special drinks. There are always events and competitions. I am especially fond of their latte art competition. They always get posted on Instagram. Our local baristas are just artists, I swear.
Yeah, they're amazing. But even if Coffee Week's a couple months away, there is a bunch of coffee news to share now. First up, Colombino Coffee is now open up on the north side. There where the Ada used to be, ripped to Ada, but I'm glad that storefront is becoming something new.
Yeah, I saw some posts about this, and I was actually reading up about Colombino Coffee. They specialize in cacao and coffee beans. So their signature mocha drink is supposed to be fantastic. Fun. And they also sell drinking chocolate, which I have always loved whenever I can get the real deal.
Ooh, that's a good note. I've been meaning to make a stop at the Lawrenceville location and try their Farmer's Cold Brew. It's got panela syrup, and I love panela sugar. But if the north side's no good for you, they also have a location on the south side. And that Lawrenceville location I was talking about, that's like food truck with a couple of picnic tables. So go there while the weather's still nice.
Yeah. And then I think there's some good news out by where you live, Sophia.
Yes, one of my favorite coffee shops, Ineffable Cafe, is getting another location. They are opening another store in Rockwell Park.
Yeah, I rarely go there unless we are working near Sophia's house. But everything at Ineffable is so good. The banh mi, oh my gosh, I still think about it.
I think the Vietnamese coconut cold brew is like by far one of my favorite drinks in the city.
That's true. You have insisted that everyone at the table order it at one point or another, and nobody was disappointed.
I'm glad.
A few quicker recommendations. Bellevue is getting 2 new shops. So Bellevue Beans is right there on Lincoln, like just down from the brewery and the bakery. And then Wonder Bar Coffee and Bistro is opening up where the Candle Shop used to be across from Revival.
I've heard amazing things about Wonder Bar Coffee and Crepes in Harmony. But if you don't want to venture too far outside the city, now you can try some of the food here in the Burgh.
Yeah, and then a last one, Queen Beans in Coriopolis. They've got a drive-through, and they sell sweet rolls. They do bulk cookie orders, so another place to consider whenever you need to stock up for your next cookie table.
I will host a cookie table just for me so I can order. So now that we've hit new brick and mortar coffee shops, I also have a coffee update on wheels. Knockabout Coffee is a coffee truck that is back on the road. It's under new ownership since the previous owner, Alyssa, started grad school.
I don't think I've heard of that one before, not until you were talking about everything we're going to talk about today. Is it one of those that goes around the city, or does it have like a spot?
It goes around. I checked out their Instagram. They seem pretty consistent about posting where the location of the truck is, so that's always nice. But it is also nice when you just stumble across a surprise coffee treat.
I like a surprise coffee treat, but it has to be like before noon. Otherwise, I will never go to bed.
I'm fine up to like 8 p.m. maybe.
God, you're the dream, Sophia. Final coffee updates from us. Some summer specials. Sophia, you always know the best. I can't wait till fall rolls in. I feel like that's like my peak coffee moment. But Sally Ann's downtown, they're doing Affogatos right now with Millie's ice cream. Just love to see a local partnership like that.
And I love Affogatos because caffeine kick and sweet treat. What a perfect combo.
I've never had one, actually. So maybe this will be the one that inspires me.
Absolutely. If you're not going downtown frequently, Megan, though, Commonplace also has Affogatos, and their ice cream is from Glenn's Custard.
Oh, cool. I'll look out for that. So another long list of specials that I think you will love, Sophia, is from Curbside on the Run. They're in Blawnox. They have a bunch of dog-themed drinks, and a portion of sales are going to benefit the local shelter.
Wait, like drinks for your dogs? I have a cat. I want to drink for my cat.
No, they are drinks for humans like you, but they're named for dog breeds. So, for example, the Golden Retriever is a banana and marshmallow drink.
Oh, I do love that. That is so cute. But once again, bringing it back to the cats, Pistachio's drink would have pumpkin cold foam. Her name has nothing to do with the nut. She's never shown an interest in anything pistachio flavored, but she loves cold foam and she loves whipped cream.
Pumpkin cold foam for pistachio. Whew, that's a tongue twister. Well, let's talk about some restaurant openings. I know we kind of hit a few with our coffee updates, but there's so much new food to eat here right now, and it's been a while since we talked about them. So, reminder, we have a running list of new restaurants on our website. You can find it at pittsburgh.citycast.fm.
And we have food photos on the page too. So
True.
Important. A good photo always convinces me to check out a new spot.
Absolutely. So let's start with breakfast. We're back in Bellevue with the breakfast spot. It opened up a few months ago. But speaking of good photos, have you seen their pancakes on Instagram? I know I sent them to you, but you're not a heavy Instagram user.
Yes, but if it's food, I'm more likely to click. And they look incredible. So big, so fluffy, so many toppings.
Oh my gosh, yes. If you are a pancake person, this definitely looks like something to put on your list. There's pineapple upside down pancake, strawberry shortcake pancake, and a peach cobbler pancake. Also, they have the classics like chocolate chip or something savory like an omelet. They've got all the good stuff.
Ooh, sounds like maybe Pamela's might get some competition. Probably not. I feel like you can't upstage Pamela's, but...
I mean, there's room for all. It doesn't have to be a competition.
Fair enough. I will never turn down a pancake anyway. Moving on to lunch, Wild Rosemary Bistro's reopened in Upper St. Clair. So that's run by Chef Raymond, who owned Cafe Raymond in the Strip, but he sold that restaurant.
Yeah, I never went there that often. It was always during his tenure, but it was such a treat when I did. Like, I would usually stop in for like a sandwich in a hurry, but then leave with like 3 treats and a to-go bag for later. The lunch options were just so superior. Maybe they still are. But yeah, can't recommend enough and very excited to try this new spot.
Yeah, if you want to see what Chef Raymond's up to now, Wild Rosemary Bistro is open for breakfast and lunch, and their Instagram says after Labor Day, they'll be doing supper club. This sounds like such a cool concept. So it's a rotating menu, all family style, and be prepared to share space with folks since it's bench style seating. They want you to chat with people.
Yeah, I recently learned about Supper Club while catching up on my favorite like reality food TV. Apparently it's like an official Midwestern thing and people take it very seriously. Like there's an order to the courses, for example. I am very excited to check this out. But moving on to dinner, a couple of food trucks that have physical and permanent locations now. So first up is Tasty Taquitos. Their trucks are permanently in Garfield and on the south side, but now they've got a brick and mortar in Millville now.
Ooh, yeah. Newsletter editor Francesca DeBecco told us about that. She also mentioned they have $1 mini tacos. So cute.
I can't imagine what they're making of a $1 mini taco, but I will buy them all day. And then one more to celebrate. Stunt Pig opened their sandwich spot in Squirrel Hill on Murray Avenue. They've got so many options for sandwiches, gluten-free and veggie sandwiches too. I just love Stunt Pig and their pork and their barbecue. Oh my God, it's so good.
I haven't tried that yet because I've been like chasing their truck around. So I'm glad they've got a permanent spot now. It will be much easier for me to try one of those sandwiches.
I also just love the vibe, the hot pink with the barbecue. Like it's a fun time.
Definitely. And even though there's been a bunch of openings, there's also a restaurant closing to talk about. I think the buzziest closing I've seen recently is 40 North. So that was the spot inside the City of Asylum bookstore.
Yeah, it sounds like this was pretty sudden. The chef at 40 North, Bethany Zazula, posted about how the restaurant would be permanently closing. And she said everyone got that information right as dinner service was starting.
That just sucks so much. It sounds like everyone working there was just caught by surprise. And imagine having to like start serving dinner just as you find out that you're not going to be doing this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the same kitchen team, too, that I think we should keep in mind. They're probably still processing some other terrible news. So one of their coworkers, Mohammed El Hadi, was missing for a while. He was only 24, a refugee here, and he was eventually, unfortunately, found dead. I have not seen any reporting since then about his cause or manner of death, but like this is probably still very much in the minds of his food family there.
That's really devastating.
Yeah. So now there's this other restaurant concept going in the same space. It's going to be called Affogatos. Next Pittsburgh reported that the new restaurant's going to be focused on Northern Italian food and that the executive chef, Maurizio Esposito, is married to the executive director of City of Asylum.
Oh, sounds kind of messy.
The CFO of 40 North LLC, that's the company that runs the restaurant space, they didn't mention anything about the relationship when announcing Affogatos, but news organizations have, of course, picked that up. Not a ton out there publicly about what went down with the restaurant switch, but I've definitely seen a whole lot of chatter among my service industry friends that this was not handled as well as it could have been. We will keep an eye out, of course, for any developments or any announcements that Bethany or Affogatos make about future restaurants, menus, things like that.
For sure. And then to close out our food roundup, I'm slightly changing our closing question today. Is there a food event that you think should be on people's radar?
Yes. Well, first and foremost, we have gotten so many emails in our inbox reminding us about Bloomfield's Little Italy Days. Yins are persistent, and I appreciate that. So I think that's got to be the one. It actually kicks off today in the neighborhood, but it runs through Sunday.
Nice. I will probably be there to try to get my hands on some Saint ravioli.
Good. It's time, Sophia. It's time for you.
Thank you. My event is this Sunday, August 18th. It's going to be the last Parks on Tap Tour Beer Garden. So this is a pop-up beer garden hosted by the Parks Conservancy and 11th Hour Brewing. So this last one's going to be in Highland Park by the volleyball courts from 1 to 7 p.m. I've talked a lot about how beer beer is hit or miss for me, but there is an exclusive beer just for this pop-up series, so that's pretty cool, and I love trying limited edition specials. Plus, the Mr. Bulgogi food truck will be there, and you can never go wrong with bulgogi.
That is absolutely true. That truck is fantastic. Do not sleep on the spicy pork. That stuff is so good. That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. Reminder, you can find all of these recommendations and so much more on our website. That's at pittsburgh.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you soon. Affogati?
Affogato.
So toe, not ta.
Toes, yes.
Okay.
That's how the Italian man is saying it.
Toe forward.